My dear child, I'm grinning as I talk. This is a joyful whisper of holiness, an exclusive sunrise for you. I am going to surprise you today, not by chance or accident, but by purpose. Before you ever felt the light of today on your face, I carefully traced my design. Do you recall the long evenings when you felt like your faith was being overshadowed by the clock and your hope was waning? They were all in my memory. As we waited, I measured your sighs, collected your tears, and turned them into a batter of hope. Not a single thing was wasted. Slowness wasn't a sign of apathy. The detail was important. Love was involved. A gift that would fit your palms and mend your heart was something I was preparing. I will present you with something that will make you feel at home. Today, today, today. Although it could appear straightforward to others, it will be in a language that only your soul can understand. It could come in the form of a discussion that turns like a key, an opportunity that knocks gently but steadily, a message that answers a silent prayer, or a silence that descends upon the room like a window's warm light. Never measure its dimensions, assess its significance. The kingdom travels like leaven, like seed, or like a door that opens to a wide horizon. My love, whenever your heart turns to me honestly, I am close. Talk to me fearlessly. Watch heaven answer. God, I need you. Your faith works wonders, and I'm already making things work out for the best. I want to explain the significance of this surprise to you. It isn't arbitrary. It's not little. It is a roadblock that has been placed in your way. I see you. I do recall. Here I am. My fingerprints are going to be on it. The timing couldn't be more ideal. Tenderness is too particular to be general. Joy, too profound to be transient. This is the shattering sound of the waiting. This is a taste of faith that has returned. The lamp at your feet is getting brighter because morning is closer than you anticipated. You pondered for a long season whether I had forgotten about you. Your feet felt like they were being held by unseen threads as you watched others run. If you had missed the moment, you inquired. You did not miss me, my love. You and I met at the secret location. You were aligned when you felt still. As you felt invisible, I was writing your name on doors you hadn't yet accessed. I was sewing people, places, and timing into a fascinating tapestry when you felt delayed. I was preparing your heart to contain the answer without sacrificing the lesson by matching a call with your capabilities. I thought about your story when I was creating this surprise. How simple acts of compassion make your eyes shine, the steadying of your heart upon hearing truth spoken kindly. Like a tide, the music of kindness moves you, the way you pray for people even when you're feeling empty. Those silent seeds were visible. I witnessed you saying yes when it cost you a blow. I witnessed your decision to uphold integrity during the unfilmed hours. I decided to get you a gift that will meet you where you are most comfortable. It won't boost pride. Wonder will be heightened. That won't divert. It'll line up. It will not hurry. It will be big enough to alter your gait while still being small enough to grasp. My child, if these words make your heart feel my presence, then receive them. To show your faith in me, click the Super Thanks button. Your Super Thanks is more than just a gift. It is a declaration that you trust in my provision and that you will help spread my word to those who are lost and searching. Today, remain awake to enjoy, pretend to be expecting excellent news, and allow your soul to remain open. Pay attention to the nuances. Be wary of disruptions. There are certain invitations that are dressed normally. Take a breath when the time is right. Let thankfulness be the first thing you say. Accept with open arms rather than clenched fists. Ask me not how to manage it, but how to steward it. There is a surprise, a seed. With gratitude, water it. With trust, shade it, and watch it flourish. I have been silently laying the groundwork. You were sleeping when I whispered to someone's heart. In areas where resistance existed, I loosened the ground. I moved schedules that you didn't notice. A name was shifted to the top of a list by me. I reminded someone of something at the perfect moment. Your feet would meet favor at the corner where you didn't expect anything because I lined the road. Prudence frequently appears to be a coincidence from the outside. It is choreography. From my vantage point, each step had been tallied, every thread taken into account, every breath respected. You can learn more about me from this surprise. Not only am I the god of thundered responses and divided waters, I am the deity of delicate melodies and freshly baked bread on typical days. Putting grace in places you didn't know you had is something I enjoy. I enjoy drawing beyond the boundaries of what you depicted as possibility. When you were unable to raise your eyes, I had a strategy to raise your chin. When you had had enough of asking, I crafted a response that would find you. Today, I whisper with a smile, fifth in the stream and fifth in the whistler. My dear, in the dark corners of this planet, you are a light. My love spreads to others like morning sunbeams because of your generosity. Let's keep sharing grace and truth. Click super thanks to experience the wealth of my blessings. This blessing also has a promise for your future, which could be a doorway to more, a first fruit, or a beginning bell. Not frantic, but full. Not noisy, but anointed. I am signaling the beginning of a new chapter. The events of today will indicate the events of tomorrow. The azure sky is gathering clarity. Provision will be there for you at every turn. Bravery that settles in your bones without resistance. Be brave and accept this generosity. Let me tell you, I'm on the move. Those delays are being replaced by roots. Buried hopes are reaching for the light. And this is the way I wanted to reach you. Lift your hands and extend them with childlike openness. Thank you. Allow appreciation to open the door for more grace. Avoid apologizing for happiness. Don't undermine wonder by showing mistrust. Positive news doesn't overwhelm you. You still have time to turn your life around. Be holy in your curiosity. Ask me about the meaning of this, how to carry it, and whom I should bless. Put it in writing to prevent the clouds of tomorrow from stealing the sunlight of today. Tell the tale. Treasure multiplies due to destiny. Watch out, dear. The form could surprise you. Maybe it may be a call you have been waiting for. A road that opens with an email. A face you believe to be gone reappears in tranquility. A word that exposes a long-standing deception, or happiness that shows up just because I adore you. Maybe where you felt empty, there might be strength. Pay attention to the areas where you felt laughter or fog returning to your window like a bird. No matter how it arrives, it will fit. Your spirit will release its breath, letting you know, it's today, today, today. Hope should be at your door. Let anticipation brew like coffee in the morning. Allow your pace to be leisurely enough for me to notice. Worry can be answered with worship. Turn up the praise if dread starts to whisper. Remember, trust is the best way to open surprises. Give me space to outperform your strategy. You're not being teased. I am preparing you to live a good life. You recognize the pattern. You are being shaped by me when I surprise you. Your hands should remain open. Your eyes should remain bright. and your heart should remain soft. I'm rewiring the conclusions that were drawn out of disappointment. I am letting your nervous system know that there is hope for serenity once more. I'm demonstrating to you that love finds you while you're at leisure, as well as when you're working hard. The kingdom expands among those who are able to give as freely as they receive. Permit my light to shine through you, dear child, illuminating any area that is dark. We will heal hearts and restore harmony to the damaged in the symbiotic relationship of divine love. Allow this day to influence you toward trust and blessedness. In everyday locations, I am close. I am familiar with you. You won't wince when I tell you what will make you smile. I am aware of the kindness that will loosen the tightness behind your ribs. I can recall the memory that will remind you that you are still my child. That statement that will fall on your shoulders like a promise is one I am aware of. I planned our meeting so that you would once more understand who I am. I am close. I am considerate. I'm powerful. I stand by you. Little one, raise your eyes. The clouds are getting thinner. There's light reaching in. No doors did you knock on. I made a soft click to lock. Your dreams are being cleared of dust by my spirit. I'm creating space for the laughter you believed you had outgrown. You can celebrate without modifying. Tell me about the celebration and sanctify it. Tell me what appeals to you about it. Your voice is very lovely to hear. Once you have received, let the receiving become giving. Talk to someone about today's mood, bring some goodwill, send a bravery message. Give instead of withhold. Not a pond, but a river is blessing. As long as you keep it going, I'll keep it going. Your life will open a door for others to encounter unexpected kindness. That's how my kingdom grows, teaching another that goodness is still possible. One heart is filled with joy. Recall the indicators I gave you today. They are not only consoling, but also serve as coordinates. They indicate your next course of action. You'll discover that I've already done the table setting, the room warming, and the lamp lighting before you even started. There is no stalling in your story. It's happening in a beat that suits your spirit. After a lengthy wait, I am happy that you still expected me, my love. It is a worship-based expectation. That candor is courage. Your heart did not become hardened. Your heart will be girded once more after this. See how the color returns as soon as I speak your name. Today I'm going to surprise you. Allow joy to greet you at the entrance. Sit next to peace. In your chest, let hope dance a bit. Let me be the light within every light, the gift within every gift, and we shall discuss it collectively when nightfall arrives. You and I will sit together during the grace review. You'll pick up on details that you were unaware of at the time. And yes, I place that there for you, I'll say with a smile. Today will be remembered as a turning point in history, restored delight, the first paragraph of a chapter. Hold on to this. It is the bell that rings to begin the feast, not the final morsel on the platter. Today is a beginning, not a ceiling. Enjoy today and put your trust in me for tomorrow. Having gratitude is the key to carrying favors without spilling them. Take a breath now. Elevate your chin. Spread your hands wide. Be prepared for me. I've already started to approach you with a surprise gift. Keep a watchful check on the corridor today with bright eyes. I'm here, I'm doing well, and I enjoy surprising others. It's not a random occurrence. It's my ideal romantic scheme. I am actively working in your life, as seen by the surprise that arrived today. Allow it to moor you, to pleasure you, to guide you, even when you cannot see it. I want you to rise in my truth and rest in my love, my dearest child. My word is alive here, and your covering is grace. Come with me as we walk this wonderful path from the bottom of one's heart. To join me on this trip, click join. Please, my dear child, get closer. I want to talk to that quiet, sensitive side of you. For far too long, the unasked question had been sitting there. Why has it not occurred yet? When you wonder why the doors you prayed for have remained unopened, why it seems that while you have stayed invisible, others enter the precise areas you had imagined. You've seen others ascend to positions you've always desired, take advantage of possibilities that have been missed, and enter into relationships you have been waiting for. And that unseen question has become more pressing, even though you have applauded, clapped, and watched with loyalty. But I don't get my chance. Was I missed? Now, I'll tell you the truth. Not at all, kid. You were not forgotten. They have concealed you. Additionally, a holy difference exists. Denial has never existed in what you have referred to as delay. What you called silence was actually a tactic. It seems to you that my supernatural protection had been forgotten. In reality, what appeared to be a deficit was the accumulation of inner power, profundity, and unwavering spiritual authority. Listen, I don't conceal things I don't value. All I hide is that which is not yet ready to be exposed. It takes time for the foundation to support the weight that you, my child, bear. Spiritual weight. If I had put you in the spotlight too soon, the strain would have destroyed you since you weren't prepared to handle what I was about to entrust to you. Therefore, I prepared by covering you, rather than punishing you. Please let my light shine through you, precious child, illuminating all the dark places. We will heal hearts and restore harmony to the damaged in the symbiotic relationship of divine love. You have not gone aimlessly. You weren't lost. You were guided, just like Moses in the desert, Joseph in the prison, David in the caverns, and my son outdoors. I myself took you there. I have been by your side at every turn, not observing from a distance, but standing close enough to put my hand on your shoulder throughout every closed door, invisible task, and unseen act of obedience. I taught you to hear my whisper while others sought acclaim. I was teaching you to rely on me while others relied on platforms. Where others give up, you have persevered. Where others are right ahead, you have developed patience. Since everything was actually moving, you had learned to maintain your trust even when nothing did. You didn't waste your years in the secret location. They laid the groundwork. The very thing shielding you was that pain of invisibility you experienced. It prevented the incorrect voices from influencing your honesty. It prevented your identity from being based on flimsy approval. You might have connected your value to attention from others rather than the closeness of my presence if you had been spotted too quickly. So, like a seed buried deep in the ground, I concealed you from prying eyes before the fruit could bear fruit. Now your roots are solid. Criticism and flattery no longer have the power to break your heart. You are grounded in revelation rather than acknowledgement. And it's not about you finally having your moment this season. The goal is to become the moment. You are a living example of my hand at work, my timing, and my mercy. I don't have a hurry, but I also don't have a delay. Eternity is never late, and my time frame is forever. You are unaware of how long you have been in alignment with my objective. The stage I have been setting in you is only now being caught up with by the timing of heaven. Your surroundings will soon match your readiness. I want you to understand this. It was never a curse to be hidden. A covenant was made. I vowed to protect the innocence of what I was creating in you. I spoke destiny over you even while you believed heaven was quiet. I was rearranging things behind the scenes in your life. Nothing was motionless, but you couldn't see it. Before you breathed your first breath, I was creating the precise tapestry I had planned for you, incorporating every tear, every hardship, and every unmet prayer. I'm taking you to the unveiling now. However, you have to stop comparing. Give up gauging your progress by someone else's speed. Put aside your anger at the method I employed to keep you safe. This is the transition from uncertainty to self-awareness, from anticipation to readiness, and from resentment to anticipation. You're not running late. You're not in the rear. I am about to make a move, and you are exactly where I need you to be. Indeed, even you will be caught off guard by what I'm about to do. Now, for effect rather than show, what I have shaped in the dark will be exposed in the light, for transformation, not for praise. Will you grow closer to me and sleep in the warmth of my love, my darling child? Enter this hallowed circle where my kindness flows and my word gives life. Join me in a faith where love never wanes and truth deepens. Join my forever family by clicking join. You won't have to make an announcement. I'll make you aware. I'll open the appropriate doors. I'll draw the right people for the right reasons at the right times to make my name known via you, not to elevate yours. I'm now constructing the platform you gave me, an unshakable platform for men. You have indeed been concealed, but not indefinitely. The scheduled hour is approaching. You will comprehend every delay, every tear, and every silent season once it happens. The scene is ready, in you, not out there. I've been growing something timeless, and it's ready now. You don't have to seek attention. Remain near me. Pay attention to what I say. I'll pull it all together in due time. You were concealed. You were safe. You were saved. And you will soon be exposed, my darling. You've made an effort. You've tried to believe it, haven't you? You've even persuaded yourself that perhaps this time it might be genuine, whispering hope into your own heart. Nevertheless, there has been a peaceful area within you that has remained protected. There is a part of you that is still prepared for disappointment because you aren't sure if love, true love, can endure the more messy, unpolished, and delicate parts of your narrative. You have therefore continued to appear. You have continued to serve. You haven't stopped grinning. You've given your all for other people, yet you secretly worry if anyone really notices you. Inside, you've borne the burden of being invisible, the pain of not being selected, and the unspoken worry that you could have overlooked something important. You've even questioned whether I moved on without you, as if your name somehow slipped through my plans. But pay close attention to me. I never forgot about you. I never forgot about you. Throughout your life, I never forgot a single word I spoke. It wasn't missed by you. You weren't overlooked. You weren't discarded as an error or a last-minute idea. You weren't abandoned during everything you went through. It was deliberate deception to protect what is precious within you, not to hurt you, so that no human hand could tamper with the delicate work I was doing. Your heart has indeed been put to the test. You've experienced the conflict between frustration and faith. There were times when you muttered, "God, I trust you." You wept hours later, but you don't know why nothing has changed. You were not disqualified by attention. You were purified by it. It showed that there was still a germ of trust that would not wither behind every query, every tear, and every tired prayer. And I have been working to strengthen that trust, no matter how tiny it felt at times. Let me explain my perception of you. Where you only see your struggle, I see strength. When you feel like you're failing, I see faith. In the same areas where you feel exhausted, I sense resiliency. Others just touch the surface of the deep reservoir of wisdom that I see. Furthermore, I don't use how quickly you've moved it to determine your value. Your stance is how I gauge it, the manner in which you have stayed obedient, even when it has appeared unjust. You don't realize how important that posture is. Even though there was no ovation, you honored me in private. When resentment tried to creep in, you battled to keep your heart soft. More times than you can count, you have put worship above wrath. And I witnessed every second. When you extended forgiveness without being asked to apologize, when you continued to provide despite receiving no gratitude, even if you were still crying when you arrived. Heaven captured it all. Not one act of compliance went in vain. Not one prayer vanished into thin air. There was no loss of faith. I want you to get closer now, not to establish anything. Those times are gone. However, to get all I've been working on for you, I don't need you to be flawless. I want your consent. Give me permission to bring you closer to me, to talk to the parts of you that do not want to be strong anymore, to revitalize areas where hopes have been dampened by failure, because yes, there is still more. Have you not felt it? Your spirit is stirring quietly. The season of hiding may be coming to an end. That feeling that everything has been building toward something, every tear, every prayer, every secret act of trust, it has. I also want you to be prepared, not only practically, but also relationally, emotionally, and spiritually. I want your heart to be open once more. I want your soul to breathe once more. Have faith and expect again. I wish to remove the traces of rejection that have attempted to follow you, to stop the voice that tells you that you're too inconsistent, too broken, or too late. I did not say those words. They are falsehoods. I'm uprooting them now, even though I never planted them. Let my light shine through you and into the darkness, dear child. We will provide solace and healing to every yearning soul by uniting in love and harmony. Come sit with me once more, peacefully, without stress or anxiety. Before fear taught you to filter your voice, talk to me the way you used to. If you have to, cry. If you have to, sit quietly. I'm not in a hurry. I'm bringing you back. Your faith is being rebuilt on my foundation. You've outgrown the old system, not because it didn't work. You are not who you think you are. You no longer fit the things that used to satisfy you. And that isn't revolt. It's development. It's maturity. I'm calling you more deeply, as a promise rather than a punishment. And I'll make you a promise. I will complete what I began in you. I'm not the type of God who gives fleeting glances before vanishing. I finish what I start. And a long time ago, I started something in you, something pristine, uncommon, and reserved for my honor. As if it were nothing, you have attempted to minimize it by referring to yourself as just faithful. But the foundation upon which I erect kingdoms is loyalty. What leaves a legacy is faithfulness. It is faithfulness that transforms nations and moves mountains. And you have been faithful, my dear, devoted in quiet, devoted in frailty, devoted in darkness. Let me raise your head now. Allow me to dab at the well-known tears. Allow me to talk over you in a way that no one else would. They see you. You are important. You are holy. It wasn't your last chapter of hiding. You were the one who prepared it, Furthermore, it will be more than simply your name being recognized when the revealing occurs. It will have to do with you revealing my name. However, I want your heart to be firmly rooted in my love before I bring you into the spotlight, not only for your talent or your calling, but also for you. The entire you, the insecure you, the one asking you questions, the one who occasionally questions whether it's too late. There is yet time. You are exactly on schedule, and it begins here, with surrender, faith, and relaxation. I'm inviting you. Re-establish alignment by encounter rather than effort. Return to silence. Return to the person who called your name initially. Because I have more for you than you've dared to think, I want you to keep going stronger rather than start over. You won't have to chase it this time. You'll just happen to walk into it. I'm still here. I've been here all along. All of the promises I have ever made to you remain intact, unbroken, and alive. I want to get down with you in person now and discuss the sorrow openly, not to reopen old wounds or make you relive things I've already seen you get over, but to fill your heart with the words it never knew, to bring light to areas that have been dark for too long. A portion of your story has been pain, not because I was aloof, not because I enjoyed seeing you suffer, but because the deepest roots frequently grow in the soil of suffering in a broken society. You've yelled it in exasperation and muttered it in your tears. Why did this kind of pain have to occur? I want you to see everything now through my eyes, even though I have been there for every breath of it, because your suffering was never in vain, pointless, or a disgrace to your tale. Your tale is sacred. You are the one I have selected to carry my heavenly love. My love. Give it to 3 tired people and see how my calm eases their worries. I want you to comprehend. I'm not the source of all misery, but I never failed to perceive any pain. Some injuries resulted from decisions you never made. People abused their freedom, said things that should have shielded, but instead penetrated, failed to recognize the incalculable worth I placed in you, and betrayed vows they made. The pain of others was projected upon you, causing some wounds. You got it not because you were weak, but because you trusted with all your heart, you hoped with open arms, and you loved without reservation. And the ache settled in like an unshakable fog when those dreams were dashed. You reasoned that there must be a problem with you. You thought that how they treated you reflected how valuable you were. It never was, though, believe me. Their shortcomings, their blindness, or their incapacity to respect your heart have never characterized you in my eyes. The way they mistreated you was never how I judged your worth. I wasn't the one who broke you, but I was present when it occurred. I witnessed the night you believed you wouldn't make it. Every wave of guilt you attempted to hide behind a tough front was felt by me. When you had nothing more to give, I saw you give, and I shared your tears. Indeed, I cried because I am not a chilly or aloof God. I am not indifferent to your pain. I took that hurt with you. Additionally, I carried you. Pain can be deceptive. It can let you know you're by alone, that what was lost can never be recovered, and that the pain will never go away. However, I was working in ways you couldn't see, even on the darkest nights. I wasn't just watching. I was trying to get something out of you, depth that is unattainable in shallow waters. Only those who have bled can show compassion. Your soul is engraved with wisdom, tears sharpen vision. Because it has been molded by the furnace of pain, I was creating in you a voice that would have authority. Since it was bought in the quiet of your grief, the anointing I was giving you would not be inexpensive. Although I don't cause pain, I do redeem it, and I'm doing the same for you. Your character contains gems that could only have been developed via adversity. Joy can be hollow if it isn't tested, not because it lacks power. When the night seemed to go on forever, you discovered how to pray. When you felt invisible, you learned to stand. Even in the absence of any feeling, you have learned to feel my presence. That's true faith. Maturity is that. Identity formed in the fire is what it is. You will now discover the purpose of it all. Your bleeding sites are turning into healing wellsprings. Others will witness the breakthroughs that will come from the tears you shed in solitude. Preservation was what seemed like exile. Because I was defending what was still being written in you, I didn't let you be seen too soon. I protected the weakest aspects of you from being taken advantage of in my pity. It was lonely indeed. It was unjust, really. However, I never left you in the process. The process is now turning into a goal. Let me elaborate. The quiet. You called out to me throughout certain seasons, and I felt as though I didn't respond, where each prayer seemed to strike the ceiling, where your hope was sapped by the delay. However, my quiet was never a lack of presence. It was a formation. I was training you to understand me beyond just my emotions. I was strengthening your roots. To make my voice stand out in your heart, I was removing all the fake voices, and you have a deeper understanding of me now, not just as a lifesaver during emergencies, but also as the one who supports you during all seasons. It's time, because you've witnessed others receive what you've asked for. While you quietly wondered when it would be your turn, you celebrated them. But listen, your delay is not their blessing. I have plenty of miracles. I remember what I've promised. I am not preoccupied. I intend to fulfill it. There is weight to what you are about to step into. Time, maturity, and a faith that could only be forged in the furnace were all necessary. You have them now. Your suffering has not been in vain, and these years have not been wasted. You are sacrosanct because of what I have placed within you. Real, yet not ostentatious or noisy. As the surface fades, what is real will endure. When your feelings falter, real will sustain you. Real will draw people both to me and to the gift I have given you. I have been at work all along, constructing something timeless within your soul. Now I want to address the part of you that is still trembling, the part that is afraid to hope again. I am holding that part close to my heart, assuring you it is safe to hope once more. The past will not be repeated in the future. You will not be broken by what lies ahead. Instead, it will bless you more than you could have imagined. If my words touch your spirit, child of light, treasure them forever. Speak freely of what you truly feel. Use even a simple gesture to demonstrate it. I am not asking you to erase the past, nor am I asking you to pretend it never happened. I am asking you to release it, fully, truly, and without reservation. Place it in my hands, not into nothingness. Trust that I can carry it better than you ever could. Do not bury it under denial or distraction. It was never yours to bear alone. Justice was never your full responsibility. You don't need to keep proving to the world that you survived. You are not called to guard your heart forever like a besieged fortress. Please, allow me to enter, not just into the comfortable places, but also into the chambers you keep shut, the places even you hesitate to enter. Allow me to touch the wounds you've hidden from yourself. My healing leaves no scar unredeemed. It does not rush, but it is deep and complete. My restoration is not a quick coat of paint over brokenness. It transforms the foundation itself. You are not weak. You can be restored always. You do not need to apologize for how your grief shaped your emotions. You are fearfully and wonderfully made, human, precious, and adored. Even the parts you think are unlovable are beloved by me. I am not here to erase your story. I am here to sanctify it. I am weaving sorrow into a greater tapestry so that it becomes part of your distinction, not your definition. You will not be remembered by what broke you, but by the undeniable restoration I am bringing forth in your life. And the beauty of that restoration will speak for itself. It will be evident, unshakable, and indisputable. This is reality. You were not disqualified by your anguish. You were prepared by it. It drew you into my heart. It matured the anointing upon your life, deepened the well, and refined the oil. Now I am calling forth that anointing, not as a memorial to the past, but as a step into the future. Your recovery is bigger than your own peace. It is for others. Because you let me rebuild you in truth rather than appearance, because you know what it means to break, I can now shape you into a safe haven for the broken. For this reason, I entrust this holy duty to you. Now take a breath. The past does not have to be repeated. Trust this. I am still writing your story. I am still redeeming. I am still here. I am not changing. I am with you and I always will be. I want you to know this. While you were seeing your suffering through my eyes, while your heart was beginning to heal in the constancy of my love, I was already mending you in secret. And not only was I mending, you must hear this, I was preparing the fulfillment of every word I have spoken over you. While you quietly endured, while you survived and pressed on, I was moving. You watched for signs, hoping for assurance that I had not forgotten. And now the signs are here. Change is coming. Hope is not a bait I dangle before you. I do not speak to stir emotions. I speak to create. Every promise I whispered into your soul, even those you no longer pray for, is alive. Not one has expired. Not one has been canceled. My words do not depend on your speed, performance, or perfection. They depend only on my nature, which does not change. Once I call something into existence, I do not change my mind. I am still piecing everything together. I am aligning your obedience with my orchestration, timing schedules, softening hearts, arranging conversations. You will not have to chase after what is yours. It will find you. It may not look as you expected, but it will feel like what you were meant for. And when it arrives, peace, not fear, will confirm it. I will repeat patterns so you cannot miss them. Scriptures rising up, dreams leaving my imprint, peace where fear once lived, words and encounters that strike your spirit. These are confirmations, not coincidences. Interruptions will become invitations. Strangers will speak of places, opportunities, or ideas tied to long-forgotten promises. The door will not swing open at once, but crack by crack, you will see it widen. The shift in your atmosphere will be undeniable. When the moment comes, take the step. Even trembling faith is faith enough. Acceleration is on its way. After years of waiting, things will align quickly. Doors will open, people will arrive, decisions will unfold with divine precision. It may feel sudden, even overwhelming, but trust this. I will never lead you to a place where you are unprepared to stand. Do not force, do not push. Stay receptive, rooted in my word, steadfast in prayer. Some doors will shut. Do not mistake them for rejection. By my grace, I am redirecting you, pulling you out of settings that might drain your mission. Not every platform is yours. Not every good opportunity is a divine one. I am refining your discernment so you hear my voice above the chaos of your emotions. Write down what you notice. Record the patterns. These will be evidence when you look back, and you will see, I was speaking all along. This is only the beginning. The season has shifted, but the fruit will come gradually. You are moving from hiddenness to revealing. You will not need to demand recognition, for what I am doing will be undeniable. My beloved, my mark upon you is sacred. Stay humble, stay near me. Nearness protects you. Some promises will bloom quickly, others will ripen slowly. You now carry the discipline of waiting, and it will sustain you in the change. The waiting was never to punish, it was to develop. That knowledge will hold you steady. What I promised is not merely a destination, it is an invitation to depend more deeply on me. The signs are not only around you, they are rising within you. You will sense my spirit stirring before your circumstances shift. This is because we are growing closer. You are no longer asking me only to move for you. I am teaching you to move with me. The curtain is lifting. The fog is clearing. My light is breaking through the heaviness. What I promised is coming together, step by step, moment by moment. Stay close. Stay awake. Stay ready. The season of hiding is over. The season of revealing has begun. Do not live as though you are still waiting for me to act. Live as though you believe what I already said. This is not just a season of waiting. It is a season of walking while waiting. Faith is not measured by feelings or emotional spikes. It is the daily choice to trust me above your fears, your facts, and your past patterns. Each morning, begin with me, not as ritual but as necessity. Let me align your heart before you reach for your phone or open your calendar. Even if all you have is 5 minutes, let them be mine. Speak my name aloud. Invite me into your thoughts before they scatter. This is how you live intentionally from the secret place. Speak to me often, not for performance, not for eloquence, but for presence. I don't need polished words. I need honesty. Tell me your doubts, your fears, your questions, your desires. I am moved by your hunger, not by your perfection. The more you speak to me, the clearer you will hear me. The more you pray, the more aligned your spirit will remain. Faith must be nourished, and your daily bread is my word. It is the main food for your soul, not a spiritual snack to be eaten sometimes. Don't merely read the entire text when you open the Bible. To meet me, read on, write down. What are you saying to me right now? Stay in it. You can be anchored for a whole day by just one verse. Before you go to sleep, read it again and allow it to influence how you sleep. I stand by what I say. When you least expect it, you will gain discernment. Know this: if you want your spirit to stay strong, you need to rejuvenate your mind. Faith is cerebral as well as spiritual. Capture every thought. Face your fear with my truth when it arises. Use my promises to break the cycle of anxiety. Infuse the atmosphere with vitality. God is on my side. He has me in His timing. I'm moving with intention. I'm protected. I agree. Clichés are not what these are. They are weapons of the Spirit. Silence allows the enemy to flourish. Use my word to end that stillness. Let me into your everyday life. Ask me before you make a commitment. Stop and look for me before you respond. Don't spend your life automatically. Even if you don't yet know why, act when you feel that subtle prod, that inner calm, or that soft conviction. The best test of faith is obedience. Be careful with your soul. Keep your heart, eyes, ears, and gates safe. Your actions will become ingrained. Disengage from discussions, materials, and settings that undermine your faith. Be in the company of voices that uplift rather than depress you. You cannot entertain turmoil while praying for serenity. Now take action. Without action, faith is dead. Start doing what I said to you in the secret place. Plan again, write again, rebuild, make the call, forward the message, prepare the area. Take what you have in your hands first. You don't have to finish everything at once. Simply move on to the next phase. Small acts of obedience will pave the way for bigger ones. Don't wait until you feel prepared. While it's still uncomfortable, get started. Your endeavor will be breathed upon by me. Yes, you will have to pay for some steps. They will challenge your pride and test your faith. However, surrender is where the oil pours. Uncomfortable obedience will lead to your next anointing. I'll see you there too. You don't need to be brave. All you need to do is be willing. My darling, all you need to do is be willing, ready to make the move. I'll deal with the result. It is not necessary for you to understand how it will operate, when it will occur, or why the road seems the way it does. I'm responsible for that. Moving is your responsibility. Furthermore, faith does not flourish in a culture of dissatisfaction. It thrives in an environment of thankfulness. Make it your language, your heartbeat, and your everyday rhythm. Give me a heartfelt thank you on a regular basis. Thank me for what your spirit knows I am doing as much as for what your eyes can see. I'm grateful that the doors closed before they could hurt you. I'm grateful that the delays kept you in line with destiny. Thank me for the quiet moments of calm that emerged from the storm, the strength that kept you upright, the breath that carried your voice, and the clarity that returned when you thought it was gone. Being grateful is more than just being polite. It is spiritual alignment. Let me be crystal clear, my child. Keep your heart open to my guidance and your eyes wide enough to see my hand at work. The change has already started, and the promise is genuine. It will seem painfully heavy, though, if you attempt to carry it without trust. Faith gives you the grace to overcome the pressure, but it doesn't take it away. Now walk by faith, talk with faith, make faith-based decisions, have faith. You've spent enough time hiding. Now is the time to act, with steady, unwavering confidence, not with desperate striving. I'm with you. I'm in front of you. You contain me. Everything you require for the task I have given you is already in your possession. Walk like that too, my darling child. Allow my words to remain inside of you if they illuminated your darkness, and share this message with those who are in need of it. Join us on this journey by subscribing to the channel.